Yeah, they sure are. Andrew was a brother to all of us. Family and mateship was what he held as primary to everything he did, and yeah, it certainly cut deep to all of us. Probably the number one thing that stuck out for me was the camaraderie that group had from 95 to mid 2000s. They're our best ever team that we produced, and that cohort, the camaraderie, the brotherhood. You can think of all the catchphrases you want, but they are like family. They're incredibly close. They competed fiercely. Everything was always on good terms, and they excelled in everything they did. So that cohort I'm deeply sorry for. I know they have lost a family member. No, and I was thinking on the way in how many of the current Australian men's and women's team that grew up with his poster on the wall. Yeah, he certainly got kids playing cricket that wouldn't have played cricket. He certainly gelled communities throughout Australia that had a common thread, and they didn't necessarily have to be cricket fans. They were just lovers of all things Australia, which he represented. He came in to really was the modern era, wasn't the new era. So he had to adapt an incredibly attacking style in everything that he did into all formats. So the ability for those senior players around him at the time, Martin Love, Jimmy and Matty Hayden, to be able to channel all of those talents into what was an incredibly well-rounded product at the end was a true testament. He was a huge physical presence. When he was in the field, he was always really up in the batsman's grill. Never offensive. It was just making sure that they were aware that they were in a contest. And his athleticism and his desire to try to turn a game in the field was that was the recipe for wonderful success. It was funny. I'm sure he's got dear friends in the Australian setup in Gilchrist and Ricky and Mike Hussey. He's got dear friends here that I've mentioned before, literally family, and I'm sure that you ask every one of them and they'd put their hand on their heart and say that playing Queensland meant everything for Andrew. I've got no doubt that Mike Hussey and those guys say the same things about playing for Australia. So the beautiful thing also with Andrew is you take it a step down. He'd have Gold Coast Dolphins teammates that'd say exactly the same thing. I know a couple of his best mates are at the Gold Coast Dolphins. So no matter where Andrew was playing, he put everything into it, and those around him knew that it meant everything for him. Yeah, he was never he didn't care much for money or possessions. For him, it was all about family. It was all about cricket, and it was all about the outdoors. And no matter who you are, if you have the ability to do what you want to do every day of your life, then you are living a dream. So he, good on him for having a red hot crack at life, which he did, and good on him for putting such a wonderful memories in so many of our minds. Oh, certainly, there's, in all likelihood, there was probably a young paramedic that grew up as seeing him as a hero. So for them to put all that aside and do what they did, we're incredibly grateful.